Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Francisca and you're watching Daily Francisca, and today I'm going to show you guys how I deep condition, which I do at least once a week, as everyone should. And during this video I'm also going to give you some tips about deep conditioning, because a lot of people deep condition and it's really important to deep condition, so I think this is a really good time to talk about some tips and what I do when I deep condition my hair. So if you guys want to watch the rest of this video, just stick tuned, and if you don't, just stick tuned anyways, okay? Thank you guys. So of course I'm starting off with parting my hair so that it's easier to apply my products. When it comes to deep conditioning, I love being able to just sit there and relax and go through my hair, because I just love self-care. And I mean, to me, taking care of my hair is a part of my self-care. Woo, I can't talk today. But yeah, so now I'm just going to put up a clip just to separate the hair. I really do think that when I apply my products, it's important that it's separated, because I want all of my hair to get equally amount of love. So I know we all have our problem area. I wonder what your problem area is for your hair. Mine is like the middle part, like of my whole head. It's like towards the middle. I don't know. There's my kitty. So today I'm going to use the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthening and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. I love this leave-in conditioner. This is like one of the ones that when I first used it, I was using it like back to back. I definitely do like to explore with deep conditioners, because there's so many different deep conditioners and some of them do different things, so it's really important to see what's best for your hair. But this is one of the best deep conditioners. I feel my hair like stronger, it feels softer, it just feels like it's meant to be. So if I'm ever like stranded on an ocean, and I can't say on an ocean, I mean in islands, I would definitely say this would be my 1 out of 5 products that would stay with me. The reason why a lot of people say to deep condition at least once a week is because curly hair has a tendency to already be dry, so it's all about giving your hair more moisture. So your hair isn't going to be given that moisture on its own. We need to help our hair get there. So deep conditioning and protein treatments is all about a balance of having healthy hair. So when you deep condition, you have to make sure that deep conditioning is what you need, because some people who have like high porosity hair or color damaged hair or heat damaged hair need a protein treatment. So it's good to know the difference between when you need a protein treatment and when you need a deep conditioning treatment. So times that you need a protein treatment is when your hair is like stringy, it's like it feels really dead, it's limp. Sometimes, which I've remembered for myself a couple of years ago, my hair used to feel kind of like sticky or like gummy, and that is a huge sign that you need a protein treatment. And the biggest one is when your hair starts to tear if you pull on it while it's wet, or it doesn't spring back as usual. I know for the people who are transitioning, it doesn't always spring back, but you can tell when your hair is acting differently than it normally does, or you should be able to, because the more you get to know your hair, the more you get to learn how to keep it healthy or grow it out if that's what you're planning on doing. So that's my tip 1. So another thing I would like to talk about is the fact that I like to use thicker deep conditioners. Of course, like every person's hair type is different, so for you, like my thick might not be thick enough, because I have a type 3 curly hair, and my perfect deep conditioner might not be good for someone with type 2 curly hair. So it just depends on your hair specifically, but I like to make sure my deep conditioning treatments are more on the thicker side. So you should also, which this is now my tip number 3, you should make sure that you apply your hair, Alright, so this is my tip number 3. Make sure you apply a deep conditioner to your hair when your hair is wet. If you do it when it's dry, it doesn't have that moisture from your hair being wet, and you're going to use a lot more product because your hair is just like thicker when your hair is dry versus when you're wet. So make sure you apply product when your hair is wet, and also make sure you start from the bottom of your hair to the top, because your hair at the bottom are your tips, and we all know that our ends are a little bit drier than the rest of our hair. So it's really important to like let the deep conditioner just like sit in just a little bit longer at your ends. So like I said, this is all about giving our hair the moisture we're lacking, and our ends are the biggest part that's lacking moisture. So just be generous with your ends. Speaking about being generous, this leads me into tip number 4. So your hair needs the moisture, okay? This video I'm going to constantly say the word moisture because that is what deep conditioning is about. So be generous with all of your hair. Yes, I just said to focus on your tips, but make sure every single curl on your head has deep conditioner on it, because they all need moisture. Some needs it more, but they all do need moisture. So just make sure you're really just getting everywhere. Try not to put too much on your scalp because that can create buildup, but your scalp, like that's your roots. Those hairs are just coming out. They're feeling good. They haven't been out in the world for that long, so they look good, all right? So really just focus on all of your hair. Make sure your whole head is saturated with that deep conditioner, okay? So a big question for me when I first started deep conditioning my hair, I wasn't sure exactly when in the process I was supposed to deep condition my hair. Was it before I shampooed? Was it after I shampooed? Did I skip the conditioner, or do I just co-wash and then use the deep conditioner? And really, like, how long should I leave it in? So I did what a lot of people did, and I got onto YouTube or I Google searched it. So after the years of deep conditioning at least once a week, the way a lot of people do it differently, and for me, I think the best way to do it is after you wash your hair, because if you do it before you wash your hair, you're gonna have to wet your hair because like I said, you have to make sure your hair is wet when you're applying the deep conditioner. Then you're going to go wash your hair with shampoo, or maybe you're gonna co-wash, and it's just gonna seem like it's not as effective. So maybe if you co-wash, it would still be effective, but I definitely do not shampoo my hair every single time I wash my hair. But you should shampoo your hair with a sulfate-free shampoo, so that way your scalp buildup doesn't stick too long. But it's definitely important to deep condition after you wash your hair, because it's just going to give you better results. Your hair is going to feel so much softer on your day one curls. So that's really important. It's something I was curious about. So there you go. And how long you leave it in. So you can leave it in however long you want to, or however long you think you need it. Me personally, I always leave my deep conditioner in for at least 45 minutes. If you've seen any of my other videos, I normally go longer than that because I end up doing something, but I normally just put an episode on of whatever series I'm watching and just let it play out, and when I'm done, I'll wash out my hair. But some people like to deep condition in the shower, so they don't stay in the shower for 45 minutes. Well, some people stay in the shower for 45 minutes, but they'll leave it in for 20 minutes. You can leave it overnight, but I was reading this article about how it's not as effective overnight. So it really just depends on you and what you've noticed with your hair. So just go ahead and try different things so you can really figure out what's best for your hair. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is letting your hair have heat when you deep condition your hair. The reason why I think like I've learned about this is because I was watching a video and they were talking about how like heat lets the moisture get inside of your hair shafts. So I always at the very least put a plastic cap on, so that way the natural heat will just go through the cap. Because if you've ever felt your plastic bag or your cap while deep conditioning and you left it in, you can kind of feel like there's some heat. I also have a thermal cap that you just microwave in the microwave, obviously, and you'll like microwave it for 1 minute and then you flip it back in and microwave it for another minute and then do it again. I think the max is like 3 minutes that you can do it for. You'll put a plastic cap on first and then you'll put the thermal cap on. That is not natural heat, but it is very helpful when you're really trying to deep condition your hair. So at this point, I am pretty much done applying all the deep conditioning to my hair. I put my plastic cap on, and yeah, so I'm going to leave it in for 45 minutes like I said. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed your little deep condition with me, with some added tips about deep conditioning. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you all have an amazing day, night, morning, everything that you can have. So bye guys.